Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the broken window fallacy and also its effects on war. So to begin, I'll just tell you guys a little story. And the story starts out with a character named Harry the Hooligan. Harry the Hooligan, as his name would suggest, is into having fun in his own sort of way. And one day, as he's walking, he ended up breaking a window, and he broke the window of Bill the baker. Now, Bill the baker is just a regular guy, and so he knows that he needs to get his window fixed. So he calls up Willie the window maker, and Willie the window maker is able to take care of that for him. And Willie is very happy that Bill calls him because now he's able to make his window, replace the window, and he's able to do his job. So many people in the community at this time would think that Harry the Hooligan was actually doing the community a favor in breaking the window because now Willie is able to work. But what we forget is that Bill the baker actually didn't have intentions of fixing his window. What he really wanted was to buy an iPad. He wanted to buy that iPad from Eric, the broke college student. But now, since Bill had to spend his money on replacing the window, he's unable to get that iPad, and also now Eric is unable to sell that iPad. So he's still broke, and as the picture suggests, he's now crying. So, what does this have to do with war? Well, war, in many senses, could be viewed as the broken window, where we see that there is much devastation, destruction, and different negative effects that have been caused because of war. And we see that nations are required, or they just need to reconstruct their nations due to war. And we see that there are some nations that prosper in times of war because they're not directly involved, such as the U.S. In World War I, where they were just supplying weapons and whatnot for the war cause. But we see that the countries that were where the war was fought, they took on the brute force of that destruction and that devastation, and they're the ones that have to pay the ultimate price. And so that is a classic example of the broken window fallacy and how it applies to war. So just to end off, we're going to do just a quick review of the broken window fallacy. So once again, it's just when something is pretty much broken, something is destroyed, and needs to be repaired. Um, the people that need to pay for those reparations are actually not, fully stimulating the economy. I think, where we get hung up sometimes is that we believe that demand is the same thing as need, and in this case, that's exactly what it is. The countries that were devastated and destroyed needed to rebuild. Bill the baker, who had his window broken, needed to replace his window, and that's where we see the broken window fallacy. So instead of being able to spend their money, um, you know, with these nations, so instead of these nations being able to spend their money on innovation, on schools, on universities, on research, now they're having to spend it on, rebuilding, reconstructing, and just bringing their nation back to where it was. And it's the same case as well for Bill, who has to rebuild his or repair his window. So instead of being able to buy that iPad that he wanted so dearly, um, he had to replace his window. And so there it is. That's the broken window fallacy. Thank you.